on, Geminis. Welcome to your love reading for June 2019. Let's see what is in store for you guys for love for June 2019. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight for Geminis? Love energies, June 2019. What messages do you have that can help Geminis reach their higher ground, become closer to universe and closer to divine? In regards to love energies for June 2019. Alrighty, Geminis, love energies. Ooh, that was a weird cut. June 2019. Alrighty. So, what? Let me flip this up real quick. Hold on. I was looking at something there. Alrighty, Geminis, love, June 2019. I always feel like I have a sloppy shuffler when I do that. Alrighty, so you guys have the Three of Staves in reversed. So if this resonates, consider a personal reading, guys. Check out my 2018 Sun Moon readings or my playlist. Go look up your Sun Moon sign and go check those predictions out for 2019. 2018 is also up. You have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And then keep in mind that I'm on Instant Go if you need a quick answer to a quick question. Post weeklies on Facebook and Instagram. And finally, at the end of this video, you will see a link at the bottom, which will take you to the Vimeo bonus on what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, or an ex. So make sure you can click that if you're interested. Geminis. Okay. Okay, this is we kind of go from past to moving forward. That's what I sort of do for this. So the influences you're passing out of love energies. You can't seem to bring things to you at this time in terms of love opportunities, people. You might be trying, but there's delays, there's setbacks. No matter what you try, you can't seem to bring what you want to you. Okay. Sometimes this can be because it could be fear-based. Okay, so you don't really know what you're kind of getting into. It could be trust issues that you were having. Maybe you weren't actively going after something or someone or trying to bring love to you because of that. And sometimes it can be just, not looking at the big picture, not opening up your horizons, not expanding your horizons. For the Three of Staves in reverse, what you might have done in the past is just sticking to that type of person that you date all the time, that's in your comfort zone, not wanting to kind of break out of that, date somebody that you wouldn't normally date, and again, because of fear, because of trust issues. And that's really limiting opportunities, because you never know who you're going to meet. I always say you never know who you're going to meet through someone. Let me get this pen out of the way. Through somebody else. So maybe you go on a date and it's somebody you would never think of dating in a million years, but maybe you get some sparkling conversation out of them, or maybe they have a friend that does have things in common, with you and what have you. So I really feel like the influences that you're coming out of, you're kind of limiting yourself. And then we move into the Ace of Cups here for your energies in June. The Ace of Cups, and I feel like this goes back to kind of going for the same person again. What I was feeling for the Eight of Cups is, for some of you, again, this is a general reading, you're kind of saying to yourself, I don't want to put myself in a position again where I'm disappointed. I don't want to put myself in a position again where, because you might have come out of a relationship where you were hurt so deeply that you just had a deep depression, cried for days on end. And I feel like in June, you're saying you just don't want to put yourself in a position like that. I'm getting all over from this, that this is what's kind of holding you back, because I'm even looking at the card next to it. And it's funny because I think I did the general for this week for you guys. We were talking about going within internally, trying to figure out why you do things the way you do. And I'm kind of getting a little bit of that. Maybe in June, you're finding out what's kind of holding you back from things. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not seeing any love story here, for those of you that are wondering. So that's what it is. I think it's, and I'm worried that some of you, I'm getting unlovable, that some of you guys think that you're unlovable for some reason, because maybe there haven't been opportunities coming around, or you haven't connected with somebody, so you're getting to the point, having this negative speak of, maybe I'm just going to be alone my entire life, or I'm unlovable, like things like that, and be really careful of that. Also with Ace of Cups, I'm getting that some of you are, when you do connect, you actually push your feelings down. So you don't want to kind of offer your feelings over to somebody because you just don't want them tramped on again. So I'm feeling a majority, for this reading, a majority of you have a lot of trust, fear, anger issues regarding what somebody's done. Of course, I mean, that could be anybody, but I think for you guys, you're focusing on that during June and kind of what's around it. And I will pull clarifiers on this. So we have the Ace of, we end here on the Ace of Coins, and the Ace of Coins in reverse is telling me that as you move on from this reading, you're going to continue to not have opportunities come to you. And it might just be your approach. It's weird, I just heard selfish with my feelings. Like, selfish with your feelings. Like, holding on to your feelings. Like, my feelings are too good for you, I'm not going to let you have any. And I feel this is creating, things not coming to you. Again, the overall theme, I feel like, is trying to get what's out there to you, but having this disconnect as a result of that. And usually stuff like that comes from, past relationships or what have you, or we're all works in progress, and it never ends. It's eternal, and we're all at different stages of it at different times. So this could just be your month to be working on things. Why is the Three of Staves here in reverse? Who is this person? What's this energy in regards to love energies that Gemini is passed out of? Page of Wands reversed. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of woe is me going on there. I see you trying really hard. I mean, with a Page of Wands, though, I'm feeling like, communication problems. Things aren't kind of happening. I feel like people that you do connect with, you aren't on the same page. People that you connect with can be immature, because the Page of Wands is like that. They have an immaturity to them. They don't communicate on the same level that you do. So, you aren't clicking, or you weren't clicking, because we're talking about what you've passed out of. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. There's the kind of the, when are things going to get better? I feel Wheel of Fortune has you feeling out of control of your own destiny, and has you just, having really crappy luck right now. And no matter what you do, things aren't going to change. But I will say these past energies you came out of kind of goes back to what we were talking about with the Three of Staves in reverse, where you all are kind of going with the safest bet. The Wheel of Fortune and the upright is about, hey, let's take a gamble, let's find this out. So remember what I said about taking a chance on people who you normally wouldn't give a chance on. The Wheel of Fortune is set in reverse is saying the reason why this is happening is, I'll go with this person because they're safe. I know they're not going to hurt me. Or I'll talk to this person because it's what I'm used to. Okay. And being, the Wheel of Fortune could be about not wanting to change either. Being resistant to changing the ways you have been doing things. The Four of Swords in reverse says to me, none of this is yielding any results. So frustration is coming out of this. Some of you are actually avoiding, or some of you were actually avoiding, really kind of getting direct with yourself and figuring out, having some contemplation and figuring out, looking at yourself in the mirror. Okay, what's kind of going on here? What I'm doing isn't working. I end up very frustrated and burnout and anxious and want things to change. So what's kind of causing that? So I do feel it's weird, because I feel like with your weekly reading that I did and going into this, I almost feel like you guys are going to have some sort of spiritual journey here. Realizing that why the right person isn't coming to you maybe is because of what you're emitting, what you're kind of putting out. Is it attracting, or is it repelling? Or is it attracting emotional vampires? Is it attracting people who are safe, rather than taking that risk on someone that you're meant to be with? Why is this Ace of Cups in reverse? Who's this person? What's this energy for Gemini's love, June 2019. Oh, here we go. So I feel like for some of you, you had a tendency to, like, okay, I feel like, I'm not pulling, no way, that was like 10 cards. I feel like for some of you, what kind of keeps you, they're showing me a backstory to a relationship that you had, the vicious fights that you used to have. This person that you used to, or not even vicious fights, they were just somebody that liked to win all the time. Conquests, that's a good way of putting it. They thought of things as conquests. Everything that they won over you was like, haha, I won. You see that? Like that sort of. This was a person, it was about the fight to be right, then be happy. And I think you still have attachments to this person, and this is what kind of stops you from, or this is what has you saying in June, you know, it's always going to be like this. This is how it's going to end up. I'm going to end up sad and disappointed and be taken advantage of by someone, or someone's going to kind of hold me down like that. And I feel like the Three of Wands here takes on a different meaning for me, in that this person was looking at other opportunities. Okay, so I don't think this person really did a lot for your self-confidence. I think they were holding on to you, the stick here, because, you know, you were safe. But they had two people here behind them, and then other people that they were considering. So, I mean, that really didn't really make it. For some of you, I mean, I feel like this is a little specific here. It goes back to a reading where someone didn't kind of value you, and, like I said, had you under their thumb and like that. Maybe watched you, kept tabs on you too. You know, always looking at the type of person, they felt like they could do whatever they wanted to do, but then they would watch over you and make you feel guilty about things you were doing. Really curious, looking into stuff. Okay, so you know how they say when somebody is doing something, they'll accuse you of it. So if there's somebody cheating or they're doing something shady, they'll turn around and they'll kind of say that you're doing it to kind of off-put you from them, from their tracks. That's what I feel is kind of going on here with the Page of Swords. Just them kind of checking in on you. You knowing that they're checking in on you, that they're surveilling kind of what you're doing. And that's what I kind of got from that. So I mean, June energies is about reflecting on what that relationship was, and that kind of holding you back. Let's see what's going on with this Ace of Coins in reverse. Why is this Ace of Coins here in reverse? Who's this person? What's this energy? Just the messages for Geminis. Why is Ace of Coins here in reverse? And a lot of that moving forward is the same old, why am I not finding a grounded relationship? Some of you might be going to your past. Some of you might be thinking about a past relationship that you had. Oh, okay, that did not end well. Some of you could be reconciling with somebody, but it may not end well. But for a majority of you, the reason why I think as you move forward from this reading, even though I would hope that this reading would influence you otherwise, is you are going back to the past. You had somebody, it was a connection with somebody, and I mean, this, in the beginning, it was very innocent. You guys had this wonderful connection. Oh, you felt like children with each other. Sometimes that's what it feels like, but it didn't end well. I see you guys reflecting back on things with this Three of Swords here, because that's about loss, that's about sorrow, that's about losing that. So here, longing for the long-term committed relationship, the family, something that you can count on moving forward from this. But if you guys are going to move from this reading and you're going to be focusing on a committed long-term relationship, a mature relationship, make sure you go back and you think about why that's eluding you, okay? Because I see a reason in here for whoever this reading's for. And for others of you, and I hope this isn't the case, the Ten of Pentacles is about building up your own stuff, building up your finances and your property, and you're doing practical things, and just totally focusing on that and not necessarily on creating space for love. So for some of you, you might just kind of say, hey, you know what? I don't want this. I'm fine. I just would rather be fine on my own. I did it once. This is what happened. Nothing's working out for me. Any of the poles that I'm throwing out in the water aren't happening, or it doesn't turn out to be a committed relationship. So I'm just going to concentrate on what I can count on. My money, my house, my finances, my stuff, and work on that. You know, and if someone wanders in, fine. But I know this is a kind of downer reading. I mean, I apologize. I don't mean for it to be like this. But that's what I'm kind of feeling. So, I mean, hopefully next month this will turn. I do think, on a positive note, like I said, I do think that you all will have a lot of spiritual discoveries about yourself, internal workings and how things work. And I mean, I don't see a light bulb moment here, but I see you kind of dipping into it and figuring out why your love life is kind of conducting itself the way that it is. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this. Again, if it resonated, consider a personal reading. Check out my 2019 Sun Moon readings that are in my playlist. So are my 2018s. Compatibility readings are also in there. Quick answer to quick question. Look at me on Instant Go, and then check out my weeklies on Facebook and Insta. Otherwise, Vimeo link below for which your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, or an ex. For some of you, you might want to look into what the ex is thinking, believe it or not, because it might help you with what you're kind of working through. You might get some of the answers you need to release. Okay? So I will see you all for your mid-months. Adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.